Jono, what's cracking, mate? How are you, buddy? How's things, guys? I don't know. I can't check how many people are actually here at the moment because I'm not too good with these lives. I rarely go live, but I'm basically trying to make up for the stocky this week. So I thought, look, with 3 rounds to go, there's not many people that are that interested. So in the sword play potty, we went through all the options to replace Daicos. So you can go back and check that out. But any questions, I'll do my best to get to. G'day, PG. How are you, buddy? Will, what's cracking, dude? Oh, hang on. Can I show these comments? Oh, here we go. I can show these comments. Here we go. Jono. There's Jono. PG, how are you, buddy? Will, how are you, brother? Another face in the crowd. I'm here, you stinky humans. Hello, hello. Here we go here. Rami, hello, dear. Hope that you're going well. Good to hear from you. So, yeah, look, I don't know who's got trades out there. I've got one up the sleeve. I've been messaging Janeth actually at the moment because I'm just torn at the moment who to bring in for Nick Daicos. It's down to two options for me. I'm not getting a defender. I think I'm going to move Dawson. He's in the midfield. I'll move him down back. And I'm either going to bring in Darcy Parish or Dogger, Luke Jackson. It's a really tough decision. I'm just not. Okay, if you got me a mini. Another face, you got to tell me your name. I don't know YouTube names. I'm terrible with YouTube names. So I reckon this is Janeth now. It is. All right. So I sent to Janeth, I'm a little bit worried about bringing in Dogger now. The fact that, Finlayson may be in instead of Vicentini. I thought I don't really rate Vicentini, but he reckons it's actually not a bad matchup. A flag last week that Jackson. Okay. Medium, easy for Whitson Jackson. Okay. Finlayson has been in 348 ruck contests in 2023. He's won 18 hitouts. Janeth is my man. Sorry, 18 hitouts to advantage. So every 5 out of 6 hitouts are by his opposition. That is crazy. That's why I love Janeth, my man. What a legend. All right, let's get some of these questions. Tom, how are you, Tom? Daicos replacement, Newman or Doherty, man. We were talking about this on the sword play potty. So you've really got two options here, mate. You've got the safe option, which is Doc, or the risk versus reward, which is obviously Newman, mate. So it's that easy. I think it's that simple. If you want a pod, if you want to go away from the crowd, then go with your Nicky Newman. If you want to just play it safe and lock in, I suppose a less riskier player, then I'd go Doherty, mate. So that's probably the way I'd look at it, champ. Good on you, mate. All right, next one here. Aaron, sorry, Palmy. I didn't realise, mate. Sorry, buddy. Say it to you next time, mate. I thought you were the Shadow Fox on YouTube. We haven't watched the potty, but who is the best in for Daicos? Got 580K when he's out and can't afford Doc. Looking like Newman or Dale. Yeah, look, I don't mind Nicky Newman, mate. He's a pod, as I said. You're really going away from the crowd. But look, to quickly, briefly go over what we talked about in the pod, Janeth reckons he's actually one of their more important players. He even reckons he's pushing for all Australian selection, maybe a bit of Carlton bias. I'm not too sure, but the man knows his stuff. So last 5 games, 23, 23, 23, this in disposals. I think he was up to maybe 27 or something, then 35, I think, the week before. He's, I think, hit the 100 4 times out of those 5 games. And it goes to show with those, 23 touch games that he doesn't actually need a lot of the football to score well. He's very, very good when it comes to his disposal efficiency. Only had 10 kickouts in the last 5 games as well. So doesn't really rely on those kickouts to score, mate. So, look, I don't mind him as a pod option. Dale, yeah, look, is Richards back? Look, Dale, look, who knows this week? What does Finn McGuinness do? Would it be a wasted tag on Dale? But maybe, given the fact that maybe Connor Nash could line up on Bont, would you send Finn to Libba as well and play 2 sort of defensively minded roles in there? I'm not too sure. Does McGuinness go down, up forward to play that defensive role on someone like a Dale? I'm not too sure. I'm probably going Newman, mate, but it's a tough one, buddy. All right, PG, got to go DP. Yeah, I know. Look, he was the original man that I was thinking of because I love his matchup this week. I think he could go big against Collingwood because he just loves playing against Collingwood. forget what the other matchup is, but I don't think it's too bad. He's been very consistent this year. Haven't really seen that huge ceiling game, but hey, could have come this week. I just really like those Dogger matchups, though. Dogger, for anyone that doesn't know, is Luke Jackson. Will Carter, yeah, Vicentini is injured, so that was all part of it, mate. See, the fact that he was injured, that actually scared me a little bit because I thought, do you know what? I actually rate Finlayson as a better ruck than Vicentini. But Janeth's just given me the numbers there. Finlayson doesn't actually do too well in the ruck. It's more around the ground that I was thinking. Dogger's that more around the ground type player. I'm thinking next week, this is in his Port matchup. This week he's got the Eagles, obviously. But I've got Big Briggsy this week against Port, and I was a little bit worried. But when you think about it, he's got much more strength. He'll dominate Finlayson in that respect. I'm just not too sure around the ground. But look, my man Janeth reckons that it's actually good news that Finlayson is in. I thought it was bad news, but there you go. I'm going with my man Janeth. All right, Causa Blackledge, let's go. How are you, Causa? Causa ladies, man. You can see that symbol there as well. What is it, like a funny-looking S? That's the member symbol. So everyone that's joined up as a member, all the money goes to Beyond Blue as well. So thank you very much, Causa. Good to see you, my man. All right, Schmuck, what's the thing I can say, but pretend I know what you were talking about? I don't follow AFL. Well, thank you very much for joining. Tell me what team you go for, and we'll have a bit of a chat about something. All right. Sorry, I've just lost all the comments. Where am I? Sorry, I think I'm up to here. Dodge, I've given up. I'm ranked in the top two. Hey, man, don't give up when you're ranked in the top 2,000. No trades left with Walsh and Daicos injured as well as my only other rookie to take their place, Marek. Oh, that's harsh, man. That is really harsh, buddy. Yeah, look, Marek injured. Walsh, we thought he may have been back this week, mate. But look, yeah, really tough, man. Look, hopefully there's lots of other coaches. Well, not saying hopefully, but I know that there are some other coaches that are experiencing some similar carnage to you, mate. So hopefully you don't slip down too much. And those blokes that you do have playing can absolutely dominate for you, man. But yeah, sorry to hear about that, mate. Okay. Oh, Charlie, how are you, Charlie? Good to see you, my man. All right, Causa getting a donut this week. Roberts back, but of course, Marek had to get injured. Oh, Causa. Matty Roberts, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, there's a chance that this fella comes back. Probably might need to rely on injury because this one he's been playing pretty well. He's been dominating in the VFL, mate. So hoping he comes back and gives those owners that need him a good score. I don't really need him at the moment, though. So I keep losing these. Jono, the drive-by king. Oh, we got a few now as well. Just in case you're wondering how people are actually getting on the stream here, for any of my members, I always give them the live link as well, so they can just look in the background. They're backstage now, so I'll bring a couple of these blokes on. Calls on Big Jono. What's going on, legend? What's cracking?
Not much.
Not much. Mate, I'm doing this live because, as you know, I didn't get to the stocky this week. It's becoming less relevant, boys, because we went through all the the options on the sword play pod. Sorry, I need to take this. This is Janeth. He sent me about 10 messages here, boys. So this is going to be for anyone that's looking at Luke Jackson and maybe owns Kieran Briggs this week. So
I'm loving.
He expects this. All right, so. Finlayson, 16.1% hit-out win percentage. So 16.1% of the time he wins the hit-outs. That's not to advantage. With Seamus dropped. Oh, okay. Yeah, poor Janeth, right? Sorry, I keep on diverting here. But poor Janeth, Seamus is now dropped. So he may just have to get a defender in for Daicos because without that Seamus Mitchell cover, boys, he's a little bit worried about not investing in a defender. I think he wanted to go a mid or even a forward. So yeah, that's tough for the great man. And he's given me AFL. I'll have to look at this after, boys. I'll send this to you actually. A website with all these stats that he's actually talking about. He sent me. I don't know if you blokes can see this right. I'll try to put it up to the camera. Oh, probably won't work, will it?
No.
Can you
briefly, but can't see writing and things.
That's the sort of stuff that Janet whips up for me when we're having conversations. The bloke is an absolute. He's a legend, my brother Janet. Yeah, he's an absolute madman.
But doesn't expect drive-bys by me.
No, you bloody get everyone, Jono, don't you? The old say, well, what happened to your boy, by the way, mate? Steely. What did he do last week to us, mate?
It went a bit like this.
I mean, Jono captain in there.
Mate, I was looking at a really decent score. I was looking at 2,600 plus last week, and Sheasel and Steely shit the bed for me, unfortunately.
Yeah,
we go.
I captain Steele, unfortunately.
We have Steve from SDS. Steve, what's going on? I'll tell you what, Steve, this is completely up to you, brother. I'm going to send you through Twitter, my man, the actual link to this StreamYard chat that we're having here, mate. So if you want to, brother, you can actually jump on. I'll send you the link. No pressure. No worries if you don't want to, mate, or you're busy or whatever.
I captained Steele last week, so it even hurt more.
What's that, sorry, Jono?
I captained Steele, so it even hurt more.
Did you captain him?
Yeah,
oh, Jono. No, Jono. Did it hurt the rank?
Yeah, it did.
Over 1,000 spots or something. He went down.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Mate, that is tough. That is tough. Yeah, you got faith in your boy. You got to have faith, mate.
I dropped 1,229 spots.
Mate, I feel for you. It can, when we get to this stage of the year, mate, when you look at the difference between the rankings in points, it's bugger all half the time, mate. So with a dodgy captain, it can really hurt you, mate. It can really, like if you went. So what, Zerek, you've lost 90 points or something there. That's tough, man. Oh, geez, we're getting a few questions here. Sorry, I don't know if I'm lagging or what. Quinn Log, g'day, Quinn. If you had to pick a Daicos replacement, but only cared about round 23 and 24, any position. Oh, I love the work, lads.
Tex Walker.
Any position.
Tex Walker.
Well, look, Dogger isn't great. Luke Jackson isn't great in the last round because he's got Hawthorn, and they aren't the easiest ruck matchup.
Because Cameron didn't go great against Hawthorn too, so...
How about Caleb Sarong? Maybe no, but he's playing West Coast this week. I'll tell you what, I don't mind Parrish. I really don't mind Parrish.
So was it under 600?
Under 600. Have a look, Corzo. See if you can find, mate. We'll get back to that, Quinn. Tonka, g'day, mate. Hey, legend, Redmond, Caleb Daniel, Lloyd, or Hayden Young? Ooh, you're going Hayden Young? Do you reckon he'll
because he's been playing more midfield. So
do you reckon that was just against Lions, or do you reckon he's gonna that's gonna continue?
He's not playing midfield this week, Hayden Young. He's playing back line. I saw something from Longmuir this afternoon.
So we don't really we don't really want him as a defender, do we? He's a legend. Hey, what's going on, mate?
G'day.
Good to see you, brother.
Jono, Causa, how we going, boys?
Good, thank you.
Good, mate. What's cracking, buddy? How's your team looking, my man?
Sorry, I only just realised that I also had the wait, where did I go? I only just realised that I also had the stream open as well, so I was getting two audios at the same time. I was so confused. What was the question again? Sorry,
you, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going all right, mate. Still tossing up between Butters and Luke Jackson for Daicos.
Oh, so you're, mate, I'm thinking of Dogger Jackson as well. It's either him or DP3 for me. I own Butters, mate.
Yeah.
I tell you what, for Dogger for me, mate, it's all about the upcoming matchups, like particularly the next 2 weeks.
Because it's Finlayson now instead of Vicentini.
Yeah, and do you know what's funny, Steve? Yeah, do you know what's funny? I was thinking this is a bad thing because I thought Vicentini's been doing bugger all, and I thought Finlayson may be actually a better matchup in the ruck. Janet sent through all these stats, mate. Only a 16.1% hit out rate. Only 5 out of 6 are actually to advantage, I think, where he hits. it's, he's actually not fantastic there, mate. So only 18 hitouts to advantage out of 316 contests or something ridiculous like that. So Finlayson isn't a terrific ruck by the sounds of it. So next week with Jackson, you're either getting Finlayson or Vicentini. I don't know what the injury is, mate, so I couldn't tell you what's actually going on there, if he'll be back or what will happen. And then you got Doggers match up this week, and originally it was going to be against Jack Williams. Now it's against Bailey Williams, who hasn't been too bad, but surely it's one of the best ruck matchups you can get, mate. So if you're looking at West Coast and Port as a ruck matchup, the next two for Dogger as a number one, geez, I reckon he could score well, mate. We saw that ceiling last week against Stars and Port, another backup type ruckman. But Butters as well. We've seen a couple of 130s from the man. He's exciting to own as well. It's a super tough decision, mate. Have you got DCAM as that ruck cover already?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Because what makes this decision a bit tougher, because Butters also has really good matchups coming up. I think GWS aren't very leaky quite leaky in the midfield. They've got Richmond round 24, which is handy for any grand finals I make. And then who they got? Freo. And Freo pretty easy. And Butters is really highly owned. So just sort of tossing that up, because if I go Butters, I'm currently ranked 892. And I'm just sort of debating whether cheers, Jono. Yep. I'm just sort of debating whether getting Butters, that's safe. I can sort of hold my rank there, or I try to go further and maybe not get top 1K. So that's really the main debate in my book. So
yeah. Do you know what? It's almost like if you go Butters, I think you're much more likely to maintain rank.
Yeah,
I think with Dogger, you may shift in or you may shift out.
Yeah,
depending on what happens. So I suppose that's your decision, mate. How far do you want to push, or do you just want to play it safe and go, do you know what? I'm absolutely stoked being around being inside the top 1K.
Because I'm still pretty confident, because I've still got Sicily, I've still got Libba, and they're not super highly owned. So it's a tricky one. Like, I've never finished inside the top 1K before, and I've never been here before. So it's like,
I still haven't. I'm not there
yet. Yeah, I'm probably leaning Butters, but as long as I've got Daicos out of my team at 750, and then I'll figure it out from there. So as long as he's out of my team,
because at least you can just switch. Obviously, change the trade if you're one way or the other.
Yeah, because heading into this week, I was thinking I actually have to get a defender in for Daicos because of me not having any defensive cover if I go another position. But I found a way to get Himmelberg and Sheasel both in the back line, and then I can just do whatever I want. So if there's an injury, I can put Keys in, and if worse comes to worse, I can put Roberts in. I'm probably leaning Butters, but a lot can change. So how are you boys going? Enough about me.
Oh, mate. Well, very, very quickly, just to answer this question here, I'm probably going Redmond. Any difference from you boys? Daniel's been out of form. I've been watching poor JD own him for the last few weeks, and I've been shadowed for that bloke.
I wouldn't go Daniel.
Seagull, look, he's actually been hitting some better form, but he'll probably get knocked out by some opposition again and miss a quarter or another game.
He almost got concussed again.
Oh, the poor bastard. Young down back. Maybe. I like Redmond personally, boys. Do you guys have an opinion on that one?
With Red Dog.
Red Dog.
I would go Hayden Young. If he's going to play more midfield, then I probably prefer that. I just think, if you want consistency, go with Lloyd. Caleb Daniels playing like half forward. Yeah. He's stuffed. Hayden Young, Redmond, what's Essendon's run home? Is it half all right? Because Redmond does.
So he's got North Giants, and Collingwood.
Yep. North, GWS, Collingwood.
Yeah, because he does take advantage of those lesser games. So I think he'll go well this week. It's just depending how he'll go in round 23, round 24. So
tough ones. They all come with risk.
Hayden Young's inconsistent.
You're not really, Well, there you go, mate. Maybe we're sort of saying no to Daniel, I think. maybe a Redmond or a Young for you, mate. Good luck, buddy. G Money, here's a question. How are you, legend? How am I doing in the prison league, mate? I have not looked at them, mate. I've basically locked them away, thrown away the keeper now, and I probably should actually start to get onto them and check them out and do all the calculations and be prepared for it, mate. But
I know I've already lost.
Well,
I
mate,
already know I've lost.
If you've gone Clary over lead, depending on, I don't know.
The problem is a lot of people at the start was having Elliot Yeo. So if you've got Elliot Yeo, you're already cooked because he was injured.
Another one. You know,
Lloyd
so you
Meek.
don't know, mate. Flanders, yeah.
So
going to be very interesting. Very
Lloyd
interesting.
Meek in my ruck.
That's why I was specific, and I went like Rowan Marshall in that because I thought, nah, stuff it. I do not want to get someone bad as a ruckman.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Bloody rucks this year, I tell you. How's this? I said I'm not bloody starting English this year because I got him in last year, just injured, this and that. Yeah, injured during the preseason, bit dodgy. He's one of the only blokes who hasn't actually bloody gone down, isn't he? Fella, I tell you.
Touching wood.
Our first player picked in my side next year. PG, VC options this week. I think, mate, if you own Zachary Merritt, it's close to a no-brainer for me. It is close to a no-brainer. Shields is in the side. His history against North, is quite phenomenal.
He's good.
Do North even want to win, Causa? I'm not too sure.
I don't know, but I don't know because of Ben Cunnington retiring. I'm not. I don't know if they're going to try and
get
win
up for
or next week for Zeeble.
Oh, look out! Here's trouble. H, what's going on, mate?
Oh, how are you, lads?
Good to tell you what, getting the whole crew here today. I did not expect this. I thought I'll do a live here, and we've got all the boys on. What's cracking, buddy?
Yeah, how are you, lads?
Good, mate.
Yeah, good, mate.
We're on some VC captain options this week. Again, PG, we did go through these in pretty big detail in the potty, but as I said, I think Zerett's a really good one. Look, you've got maybe a Stewart type. Errol, if you bypass Merritt, then Errol against Gold Coast. I think he could be a pretty bad man. I wouldn't like him as my captain though. Could you go a Libba? I really don't know if Finn goes to Libba, because if Nash sort of matches up on Bont and plays a real defensive role, do they actually send Finn to Libba, Steve, or would they go to someone like a Dale down back for Finn, mate? What do you reckon? I just don't feel that his body size matches up on Bont.
No.
Daicos, it's fine. He can bully him around, but with the big bad
Finn's
Bont,
I think Nash will go to Bont in the stoppages.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he'll go to Libba. I think Bailey Dale would be the guy, but maybe he starts on Libba, and if Dale's causing too much trouble, a bit like Mason Wood in the first quarter against Hawthorn, then they'll switch that, and maybe Libba, Nuke will match with Libba there. So I'm probably staying away from the Dogs blokes bar English for my captain, because you just don't know where that's going to come. So they might tag Bond, they might tag Libba. So I'll probably go English as captain this week.
They might do Trelaw as well. You never know.
Yeah. Well, you got the Adelaide boys. I'm not too keen on them, to be quite honest. Up at the Gabba, Track has pretty good history against Carlton, but again, what happens with Oliver in the mix? I'm not too sure. I don't think it should really affect him too much.
But it's risky as a C.
Sicily, I like Sicily against the Dogs. They tend to, but again, do they see what Ross Lyon did and go, you know what, we're going to follow that blueprint and just try to take him out of the game? It's a really tough one for me. I'm pretty confident though that Zerett's going to give us a 125 plus. You watch him butcher it now. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Boys, we'll quickly go around the table then. H, you've just joined us, mate. VC and C. Oh, actually, do you want to actually give this away, H, or are you in that cashy, mate, where you don't want to give too much info to the oppo? I'm not too sure, mate.
I don't know if anyone from that league would even be watching this. You never know, though. I've got the week off. I got the week off this week in pretty much 7 out of my 9 leagues.
Oh, beautiful, mate. Heading over to Bali just for the week with
I don't know
Jordan
what I'm
De Goey,
doing.
as we say.
Pardon?
Yeah. Heading over to Bali, are you, mate, with Jordan De Goey? Just for the week. You got the week off. So
I
you
actually
get up
got
to
a
mischief.
busy. I've actually got a really busy Saturday. Actually, tomorrow. So I won't be watching much footy.
Well, mate, hopefully you
captain.
can pull something out.
Vice captain. It's got to be Merritt.
Yep.
That's a lock. Captaincy. I reckon. I've got a feeling Libba gets tagged.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon Finn's gonna go to him or something. Probably Nash will go to Bond.
Yep.
Just the. I reckon that's a better matchup, Nash on Bontempelli. But
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm liking Sicily.
He's
As
my
a
backup
captain.
at the moment, mate. He's
Yeah.
my backup at the moment. Got a little bit of
I
cold
was at
feet.
the Essendon Dogs game a couple of weeks ago, and no one was going near Ridley. That whole game, there was no one near him. And if he didn't come off with that calf, what it was his calf, I think. If he didn't come off, I reckon he was going 150 plus.
Oh, mate, he's on the bench, mate, and he got bloody 15 points. Scale in the bar. What's going on?
Unless Bevo does something strange, and I don't even know who they're going to put on him. Like unless
Shit.
Jamara goes to him. Oh, I doubt it. I don't know. I don't think
That's
so.
the thing. Bevo do something strange, almost lock it in. Shit.
They'll
Justin Bevo
Never.
do something strange?
Never.
Damn.
If they
That
do
doesn't
something
fill with
strange,
great
they'll put
confidence.
McRae on him. They'll put McRae
Oh,
on him.
shit. Yeah, I don't know.
I reckon you're right there. I reckon Merritt should go 130 easy, 130 plus.
Hopefully, mate.
Just lock it in.
Calls up.
Yeah.
Yourself, mate. VCC.
VC Merritt, and I did like Libba, but I'm not sure. But I may go C against West Coast, maybe.
Sure,
Who's it? You cut out then. Who'd you say?
Brayshaw as C.
Oh, Brayshaw. Actually, Ian Sarong, I reckon, could be a decent one this week. I think he scored well against West Coast last time. Go on the Freo boys against West Coast. Not a bad matchup.
Because in the Brisbane game, there was heaps of scaling and stuff like that afterwards. Apparently, there was like 60 points worth of scaling left. So, like, matchups were decided after the Brisbane game.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Brayshaw, I think, was going to be less, but because of heaps of scaling was left, that's why he got 124 last week.
All right, so the Brayshaw lock, mate. Bit different. Jono, surely you're not going bloody Jack Steele again, mate.
No, but I'll keep this pretty short. I'm versing Steve in a league, so I don't want to reveal my cards.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah, I lost to him last week.
We
That
might
was
leave
me.
you two
And
then.
I lost to
We
him
might
last
leave
week.
you two and keep that a bit of a secret. But hopefully, PG, that helped you out a little bit there, buddy. All the best, man. Quinn, I don't have Butters if you're ruling him out from high ownership. Yeah, look, mate, I think Butters is a fine selection, mate. A fine selection, Zach Butters. A couple of 135s. He did come off a couple of 80s in a row, but surely he's hit form. Hey, with Daicos out, surely he's going, well, hey, a better chance at Charlie here. I'm absolutely going to step this up for the next 3 weeks and put my hand on it. So I think he's absolutely fine, mate. Next one, Global. What is happening, legends? How are you? Global, one of the absolute legends in the Supercoach community. Very, very appreciative of your support always, man. The carnage never ends, mate. Tell us about it. I'm lucky I've got that trade for Daicos. I really feel for people that haven't, mate. There are so many questions. Sorry, I have not seen all these. All right, here we go. I think this is more of a statement from Trine. G'day, Trine. Shannon Neal going to kick a bag tonight. Well, could be a pod option, mate. Could be a pod option. Cats by 40 plus, Trine say. He must be a Cats man, I think.
I think so.
All right. Oh, sorry. There are so many things here I'm going past. Tonka, thanks, legends. No worries, man. Ethan Sparks. All right. Sacks. Sorry, Ethan. Sitting
Oh.
just outside the top 2K. Thinking of
That
going
is
Luke
ballsy.
Jackson VC into Briggs. Thoughts? Love the content, DR. Keep it up,
Oh, that's
mate.
ballsy.
I appreciate it, Ethan. Thanks, man. I'll tell you what,
It
mate.
could work. It actually could work.
This is the risk versus reward type stuff, mate. That you're outside the top 2K. Look, you could maybe this is what we're talking about with Steve before. You know, the Butters versus Jackson conundrum. Probably if you want to go safe and maintain that top 2K or just around the mark, then you'd probably go a little bit safer than this, I think. But look, we went through the numbers before. It looks like a really good matchup for Big Kizza. So look, mate, I think if you're willing to, go, just say if you're just outside, let's just say you're 2,100, you could sort of push yourself into, I reckon, 1,800, let's just say, or, close to the 2,500 mark, mate. It's risk versus reward. That's the best that I can say. Any other, what do you reckon, boys? Jackson into Briggs?
You'd be so annoyed if Merritt goes like 170 plus, say, and then you vice captain Jackson, and then you miss out on Merritt, and like everyone above you, obviously, vice captain's Merritt and takes that score. You could miss 30 to 40 points as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the risk with that.
It also depends what Ethan's playing for. If he's playing for a cash league or something, and there's not many sort of differentials in his head-to-head, definitely would look at it. Yeah, because that could either of them could go massive this week.
Good.
I reckon just do it. I reckon just absolutely send it.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice.
We are trying to enjoy Supercoach at this point of the year. Why not have a little fun? It could backfire massively, or it could get you a really good score this week. Yeah. So I reckon just send it. Absolutely do it.
I reckon that's fantastic advice.
Dogger could go 200.
Well, I'm still deciding between him and DP3, mate. Dogger's just in front at the moment, I think.
DP3, far out.
Yeah, look, I don't mind him this week. Collingwood matchup's nice.
He loves Collingwood, loves Collingwood.
Just not Anzac Day, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, Tryon, Matty Rob or Dev Rob for my cover for Daicos.
Can you
I've got a feeling that Dev Rob may be the one that subbed out of this game. Matty Rob, he's been killing it in the twos. What do you reckon his role's going to be? Like, is he named on field? I'm just going to check out.
I think he replaced Braden Campbell, didn't he? Braden Campbell got suspended.
Actually, he did get omitted, didn't he, mate?
So probably a wing role. I'd suspect he would go on the wing.
Yeah, do you know what? What do you
Matty
boys?
Roberts' name on the interchange. If you can loot, but if you can loot, it'll be because Matty Roberts obviously plays first, and if you have like Marich or someone like that that's later in the round, if you can loop it somehow, I would do that.
If you could loop it, that would be ideal, Causa.
Yeah,
that would be ideal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
I think Dev Rob is sub risk. Dev Rob.
Yeah, would Matty Roberts be a sub risk as well?
Could be.
I'm just looking at the team here. There's not a heap of blokes, I think. Like on the interchange, you've got Cunningham, Rowbottom, Roberts, Logan, McDonald. And the rest of the blokes on field, Parker, Mills, Hickey, Hayward, Amity, Papley, Heaney, McLean, Wicks, Goulden, Warner, Stevens, Lloyd, Florent, Blakey, McCartan, Francis, Fox.
Sometimes Francis or I think it was McLean last week got subbed out. I think that's who it was.
Okay, all right. So I'm going with Matty Roberts then, myself. It's a tough decision, mate. Anyone going Dev Rob over Roberts?
But it is at the Gabba as well, so
it's 50-50. It really is.
Just do a spills and just flip a coin.
That's it, man.
Yeah,
flip the coin. Yep, go for it. That's great advice, H, as well, mate. Great advice. All right.
Well, I did it last week. Dunkley versus track captaincy and landed on track. So
did
worked.
Well, mate.
Yeah,
did very, very well. Oh, sorry, I'll keep on losing these comments here, boys. But yeah, it's. I don't know. What would you feel? Quickly around the table. This is for my benefit. This is just for my benefit. Dogger or DP3? Dogger or Parish? Here we go. Cause, we'll start with you. You're up the top, mate.
All week I've been Luke Jackson. All week because when hearing obviously the suspension, but then still West Coast is one of the worst for rucks this year. So I think just back in Luke Jackson, I think.
Going Dogger. Jono?
You've liked Parish. Go with your gut.
See, the gut's all over the shop, mate. It feels sick.
and you've got Bombers colours on as well.
Oh, mate, the feeling, right? The feeling of knowing it's your last trade and then just confirming. Oh, you feel naked, don't you? And I've got a boost sitting there as well. Oh, how bad's that? I've got a boost sitting there. That's terrible. But
that's
all right. So go with the gut. I don't know what the gut says. You tell me what your gut says, Jono.
Parish.
50-50. Make this easy for me, boys.
Yeah.
H, you're an Essendon man.
Yep.
Have you got more faith in DP3 than Dogger, mate?
Look, I'm looking at our fixture. So we've got, obviously we've got Collingwood last game. We've got North this week.
Giants in between.
Giants is hard, apparently. Giants is hard for, I think, because it's at Giants Stadium too. And I think they're hard for midfield, I think, lately.
Yeah, look,
because
you don't have a swing in your ruck, don't you? Because you traded Cameron, didn't you?
Shit. Mate, I saw the bloke get carried out on a bloody golf
so
cart
did I.
with back injury.
That cost me.
Yeah,
that cost me.
Seriously,
Trading him out, going down to zero trades cost me.
Oh shit!
And then while he
Yeah,
gets
are
injured,
you
that's
confident? Are you confident that Gawn's going to be all right now with Grundy back?
Look, mate,
Oh,
I may have lost my pod here. Look, I still think, surely with the way things been going, they've got to play maxi majority ruck.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I don't think Carlton are going to be a really tough matchup. Could you afford to run Grundy in there? But at the same time, I think that ideally they want Grundy. We know what the story is. He's been sent to the VFL to learn his forward craft. Well, that's what the story is. So why wouldn't you test that out at the top level when basically you have to? You've sort of got no choice. That's the way that I'd look at it. Like, I certainly think that Maxi's going to get less minutes in the ruck. Surely when you got Brody Grundy there, it makes sense for me. You'd want to give Max a little bit more rest, I think, preserve him a little bit, particularly with the finals coming up, possibly. And you've got Grundy that can do the job. But again, do you want to change your formula that's been working? I think they would have been loath to bring Grundy in, to be quite honest. So I've still got faith in Gawn. I still think he's going to be a really good pick.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that 170 type ceiling, maybe you may be looking at more a 140 to 150 type score, possibly in one of those big games. I'm not saying I'm expecting that, but that may be where his ceiling's capped, I think. But that's just my opinion. Could be completely wrong there. Don't know. Bit of a tough one. He was going to be my backup, actually, if Grundy wasn't selected. I've just got cold feet about selecting him as my captain now. But he was originally, before Grundy was in, he was going to be the C, mate. So, tough. Galaxy, how are you, Galaxy Wolf, as well, man? How are you, brother? He's doing VC Jackson into Briggs as well. So, geez, I didn't think that would be a combo that people. Well done, man. Steve said you got to have fun, man. Enjoy it and absolutely
I like
go for it.
too, but I wouldn't go there. I couldn't do it.
He thinks he's lost his mind now. I'm losing my mind too, mate. Reckons Parish is the move. Parish could be the move. Oh, don't do this to me. We're going to get to.
No, he doesn't.
I want to give you a final opinion in a minute.
I don't think Parish is the move.
I'm not up with these little signs. What is that? Should I even ask what that means? I don't know.
That a wow or
Uh,
I don't know. A winking wow. I don't know.
A winking wow. Garfield, Mr. K. Who would Garfield? Rubel. I reckon that's you, Rubel. Got some of my students on here, boys. Better keep this professional. It's the weekend.
Yes,
kids.
Mr.
Aren't you meant
K.
to be playing video games, not watching me on my YouTube? Crikey. Hope that you're all well. If you are watching, it's a weekend. I can talk how I want, kids. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, no, don't tell Mr. Blaney that. Geez, what's happening here? All right, Daicos to Lloyd or Newman. Oh, look,
Newman for sure.
Lloyd, if you want to stay safe, I think. Newman, if you want to just go for it, man. I think
I
Newman's
like
got the higher upside. Lloydie is the safer pick for me. Any
But he
difference
could
there,
ta-
boys? I'll quickly
problem-
sort of.
problem
All
with
right,
Newman-
calls up Lloyd or Newman.
I would say Newman, but the problem is in
Newman?
round 24, he may have to tag Toby Green. That's the only issue.
Okay, maybe look out
Because he
Green
did that
might be
earlier
the
this
right
year
goal.
and stopped
Okay,
him.
nice call. Jono, Lloyd or Newman?
Seagull. I've got the
The
Seagull.
Seagull. All right, 50-50. H,
Yep.
Lloyd or Newman?
I'd go Lloyd.
Lloyd, okay.
Yeah, it's
2
safe.
Lloyd,
It's
1
a
Newman.
Safe score. Yeah.
Steve, you actually going to give me the final say here, mate, or are you just going to go with the Seagull, mate? What do you think?
No, I'm going to go Newman, so you have to decide.
Oh, I knew you'd do that, you prick. All right.
I knew that was going to happen.
So did I. Oh, yeah. I'm going Newman. I looked at his numbers. I'm a fan of him. I like the pottish type pick, but be prepared, mate. I'm going to say that Seagull is the safer pick, but as Steve sort of said before, I've changed my tune a little bit. Just have fun, man. Go for that bloke that could give you a ripper score. That's in what is he, less than 2% of sides, I think.
And he
I
could
think
help
if you'll
you
bring
win
him-
he could help you win a league matchup this week.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right. Gelix was. Sorry, man. I'm going well here. Always love hopping on your streams. I appreciate it, brother. Good to see you, my man. All right, yeah. I've had disaster happen in Sports Deck Dream Team. Used my last trade last Saturday. Did keys to cogs. Now got a donut in defense for 3 weeks. Top 20 in that format. Oh,
Wow.
man.
Oh, no, Galaxy.
I feel for you, brother.
Hope your
Oh,
captain's come off for you now.
Do you know what? I actually started a sports deck side and a fantasy, but it's just Supercoach takes over my life. And there's literally weeks I'll just forget about it. So I've been terrible in both formats, but maybe next year I'll jump on it. Oh, just quickly, blokes. I don't know if you're basketball fans. Have you heard they're bringing NBL Supercoach?
Yes, I'm going to play that.
I can't wait for that, man. I love my basketball.
Because NBL Supercoach it's taking over from NBL Fantasy that they've just done, like on their website. That's what it is.
I don't know much about it, man. But I did like an NBA season once. It was a few years ago with my mate, but I don't know if it was like a draft league, whatever. But I just again, mate, just lost interest. But I'm really interested in starting up this NBL one. If you guys like your basketball, I'm going to try to actually get some content out as well. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah,
sweet. Hey, Steve, we should actually we'll have a chat sometime, mate, the next couple of weeks or whatever, and we should line up some NBL stuff, man. That'd be awesome. That'd be sweet as. If you know anyone else that'd be keen to jump on, mate, for even I don't know, an NBL potty or something, man, we should get something going.
Yeah,
I love it. I love NBL.
Fun.
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, awesome.
Beautiful.
We'll, I might even
an open
start
market
up a little. I don't know, but just a few, few potties going or something. That'd be great, boys. I think bit of fun.
Good to do in the off season.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right. Here we got big fan of content. That's a sick name, man. Awesome. What players are you excited to pick up next year? Oh, Tim English for me. Mate. Tim English, 100%. I've missed him so much. Daicos. Yeah.
Because he's locked in apparently as deaf mid.
Oh, awesome. Well, he's going to be a really easy pick. Are you blokes thinking outside the box anywhere? Look, I'm not looking at too many pods at this stage. Causa loves Houston. I know your man.
Yeah, and Luke Ryan. I'm both. I want both. I really
want to start both. Houston, Luke Ryan.
And
Kitty Colton, Shorty Border. Steve, yeah.
I think Sheasel, I'm quite interested in next year. No Zeeble, no Hall if he keeps playing that half-back role, but they might switch him up. I like that Taranto's dropping his average because I really do like him for next year. He's the main Richmond mids. He doesn't really get tagged because he doesn't hurt teams. So I really like Torano.
I want
Daicos.
I want to
Flanders. I like Flanders as well. If he stays or goes,
Could be Saints bound, apparently.
I hope you
Oh,
play him
you'd
in the
love that.
midfield.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
100%. I reckon he surely to go across to another team, they'd have to be in his ear saying, here's some midfield time for you, mate. Surely for him to move.
Absolutely.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Yeah. Do you reckon there's a spot there for him, Jono, in the Saints midfield?
Oh, it'd give us a different look. He's a better kick than Gresham, that's for sure.
Gresham, he'll be interesting. See what happens with the old Gresh, mate. I always hear so many rumours about his going and staying. Yeah,
I don't rate him.
I don't think he's fan. I think he's a bit overrated too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jono. I don't know if if he's one of your love child or not.
No, he's hit and miss for me. He can
burst even as a Saints fan. Jono's a mad rusted Saints fan as well. So you're getting some honest comments there. Sheldrick should start around Sheldrick. That's another one. That is a wonderful call, man. That is a sick call.
As well. And Windhager.
Yeah. Didn't he look good?
Def mid.
Yeah. I know a few blokes actually that have been stuck with no trades with Sheldrick on the bench. That is just super unlucky. Because remember, who was it? Oh, you there? There you go.
Yep.
Sheldrick, Windhager, and Robertson, wasn't it, in the same week that we had choices from? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Dev Rob,
I went Windy, who's ended up being, I reckon, probably the best selection.
I went Sheldrick that week.
It was looking the worst at the start. Sheldrick was looking miles and miles and miles ahead of the other two. That's super unlucky, man. Super unlucky. Global, who's going to be in your starting lineups next season? 2 for each line. Oh, shit, man. Well, Jeff, I'll tell you what. I can confidently give you one. Daicos, English. Shit, who's going to be forward, actually?
I'm going to say Jackson. I'm saying Jackson as forward. If Darcy leaves.
If Darcy leaves, Jackson, absolutely. Jeez, boys, who are you looking in? Anyone you guys?
What if Grundy goes to Port?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you. See, this could make the ruck situation very, very hard, right? Imagine all the moving pieces, right? So just say if Shrek moves.
What if Goldie retired? You never know.
You've got Jackson as number 1. You've got Shrek as number 1 at Geelong. If Grundy moves, Max Gawn looking fantastic, even at 32, 33 years of age.
You've got Marshall too as well.
Grundy at Port. You got English, obviously. Oh, man, it could be actually really, really tough. It could be super tough, but who do you go if that's the case? It's just a wait and see with that. Are there any midfielders that you guys are just really confident just to lock in next year?
Because I still haven't had Clary for years, and I've never
you're
Clary.
Going to lock him in? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So I'm just not as confident in these expensive blokes. The Bont, do you know what? I'm going to lock in the Bont. There's one for me. I'll pay up for the Bont.
What if he wins the Brownlow? all the midfielders lately have been going down in average.
Have they, the Brownlow medalists?
Yeah.
Nah, he'll buck the trend, the great man. He'll buck the trend, I think. Look at what he's done this year, boys. He hasn't gone under 100 since round 3. Yeah, I know I'm going to pay up for him, but I paid up for Laird this year. I paid up for Oliver plenty of times in the past. I paid up for Gary Ablett every year. So, I'm no stranger to paying up for a bloke. I reckon Bond's probably the man for me, to be quite honest.
But then if you want Bond, English, Daicos, that's going to be nearly going to be like 2.2 million.
I really think I'm looking to go more with the guns and rookies approach next year, Causa, because all these bloody dodgy mid prices really cost me last year.
Yeah.
I think you got to sprinkle it. But if I look at Fife, Wangadine Miller, Flanders, these type of picks, mate, it's bloody terrible. Flanders and Miller bloody come good now. Of course they have. But it started just screwed me, mate. It just screwed me.
Lockie Ash did nothing. Then you had
I had other
Sheed got injured. Then you got Warple was on and off. Then you had Setterfield was on and off. I don't know.
I think you've still got to look. You definitely got to look for value, absolutely. But I'm don't mind locking in some of the really safe Ubers, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't think you can go like budget midfielders next year just due to how many midfielders are going to be coming into the midfield for next year. You want to keep your team open for Dunkley, Butters, Dawson. There's Goulden.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah,
many good midfielders
yeah.
coming in. It's going to be a high ceiling for that top 8 for the midfield
Absolutely,
next
mate.
year.
And then there's
Yeah.
like Doherty as well. Doherty's the mid
Yeah.
only. So there's like so many like losing defender mid or mid forward that it's better to lock more in
Absolutely.
to start off with.
I think
Because a lot of them want to get mid forward is the problem.
I think next year's teams will differentiate in the forward lines. I think.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But the Uber Primo approach with probably a couple of high end rookies, so we're talking Harley Reid, that kind of range.
And Curtin and all that. Yeah.
Mm.
I feel the 500k sort of primo. Well, what do you call them? A fake primo. That sort of bracket, like Steve was saying, I won't be going near it. So anyone in that 500k mark,
So like Steele, LDU, like
Nah.
Mills.
Bills is doing the
Miller.
same. Bills reckons he's avoiding
pay
all those.
pay up.
Yeah,
Cause
I'm
pay up,
not.
mate.
I'm not. I don't want to. It just hurts you. I think. I reckon.
What hurts? Not paying up.
No, yeah. Because some
Yeah.
of them can go really low as well.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the different structures because I think this year may have put a few people off actually starting some of the Ubers because you look at Laird after round 1, Oliver's here, etc. It's going to be really interesting to see what people do next year. Quick question here from Big Fan as well. Will he be a forward? No, absolutely not. Unfortunately, mate. No, he will be a midfielder and a midfielder only. But as Steve suggested, we probably want, and this is a thing. It sounds weird, and people often send me DMs about this, going, mate, why don't you care if Taranto goes well if you own him? It's like because everyone's basically got him. Basically got him. No, we're not getting affected by Tim Taranto having a bad score. There's like 2 teams out there that are probably serious teams that don't own him, I think. So that's the reason why. And at this stage, we want him scoring low so he's a potential option for next year. And we've just talked about maybe not going in 500 to 600 range, but, it wouldn't hurt to have options such as Taranto. We've seen what he's done on his mad run this year. Gone a little bit off, but not a bad call from Steve, but definitely, mate, not a forward for next year. He'll be a mid only, unfortunately, buddy. Charlie Garrett, g'day, Charlie. Way, man. First year player, loving it so far. Good on you, mate. It's a great game, man. Looking to improve my VC picks. I was wondering how you guys know if someone's going to get tagged. Is it mostly rumors? Oh, well, look, mate, you can listen to your press conferences, but I think it's just experience knowing teams and players and their roles in teams, mate. Steve's obviously a Hawthorn man. Got Finn McGuinness, who's an absolute notorious tagger. I suppose, what do you think, boys? It's just down to general knowledge about teams and keeping up with what happens from week to week?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like only knowing like there's only a few teams that obviously have designated like Lockie, like Aish, and then you've got who was it? Well, Callum Ward's been doing some this year, but it used to be Giants used to have the 2 taggers.
Oh, bloody De Boer. Every time
De Boer, yeah.
played him, it was a nightmare. When you
Ask Matty Lloyd who Matt De Boer is. Doesn't know who he is.
and
it wasn't a double tag. Toot got, wasn't it, one time?
Yeah.
A lot of teams run tags these days. A lot of teams run tags like Keys. Miller's been tagged recently, Hewitt and O'Connor, those sort of blokes. So I think most teams are trying to run a tag.
I know
Subs, yeah. So
Team Shield sometimes does it.
Yeah, you just keep an eye on Twitter just to see anything. Like I know you guys were pretty keen on Sicily, but I think the Dogs have gone for more of a taller forward line this week. So Sicily would play on one of them to maybe not free up as much, but I don't know how that's going to work. I don't think it doesn't sound like they're going to specifically put someone to him, but they want to try to make him more accountable. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how it goes. He'll probably be on Jamara, would be my guess.
Yeah, I
Nice
think that's
work,
what I said earlier, Steve. I was questioning maybe Sicily will match up with Jamara or even Norton. I doubt Norton though, but
Or Lob.
He
Yeah.
could go to Norton.
I think
He was on him last year.
Yeah. to help
yeah.
Charlie out, yeah, I think you just got to look at the lineups as well and sort of just have
And
a
sometimes he plays West Coast North as well.
sort of
Sometimes
understand the matchup and the opponent. So yeah, if obviously Hawthorn with Finn and a few of those other teams that have a recognised tagger, yeah, you just got to be careful. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Probably.
Good advice. Good advice. All right, next one is from Angel Just. Why your PFP looks so sus? What's PFP? I'm old school, boys. PFP.
Profile picture, is it?
Profile picture. Profile picture.
No,
Probably a
Sucks.
profile pic. Yeah, profile pic on YouTube is probably what they're saying.
Oh, I'm not, mate. I've got a head on me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Sorry, brother.
I didn't know what that meant either.
A logo looks sus. Gee.
We're like, Jesus, mate. Give me some advice, mate, on how I can make it look less sus, maybe, mate. Declared. Hello, Declared. Daicos, is this a replay? Is this a? Oh no, this isn't a replay, mate. It's a live Q&A, mate. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, or is this a replay? Anyone else understand that comment? Maybe I'm reading that wrong. I'm not too sure.
No, I
No.
don't know.
Nah. Not much from me there.
All right. I'll tell you what, boys. It is almost 6:30 here. I need to almost jump off here. I think we've got a couple of questions to go. Noob SMP air official bye. I don't know what that means.
One of your students.
Galaxy Wolf, my man. Miller, Steele, Mills, and Titch all going to be bargains in the midfield next year.
Yeah, but Titch is too old, so
Nah,
I wouldn't go there.
No,
I'm not
way.
touching. I'm
I
not
reckon-
touching Tom Mitchell.
Mills was just
Nah,
one out of the
rule him
box. I reckon Mills was just one out of the box. I think last year that he got the right role, and then the problem is this year Errol's got pretty much taken his role, so which means that Mills has to play somewhere else. It seems like.
I think Turk will be all right as a pick. I like Turk.
I love the trademark. I love the
Yeah,
trademark
I
because
think
I
he'll
see
be
him
good.
as real uber elite. I probably, when I say put him in a different bracket, Steele has a couple of 120 plus averages in a row before. Mills is we've seen him with his massive ceiling. Look, they're all potentially viable next year, but I think Miller's probably the man that I think most of us would look to lock in, apart from Jono, who's obviously a massive Man of Steel fan.
Yeah, there's just going to be too many midfielders, really good midfielders next year to be worrying about your Titches of the world and all that.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
steal, all those. That's what. Yeah.
Pitcher's past
You
it
don't
now.
have many options.
Getting subbed.
Yeah, he's getting subbed.
Yeah, agreed. All right, Declare got the
Nice.
luxury of a trade for Daicos with 611k, considering Butters, Brayshaw, Sarong. Which one would the panel choose, or someone else they may think of? Oh, Butters, Brayshaw, Sarong.
So I think Sarong.
I really like Sarong, but in saying that, maybe if you get Butters, that DPP could be of assistance, possibly.
But
I was going
what,
to say, and if you had
Yeah, but-
another 5K, I'd say LDU.
Yep.
I am
think
going
so. I think I'd go Butters.
So
I'd go Butters out of them three.
Butters.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I would go Butters.
I'm going
Yeah.
Zach Butters as well. Closely followed by Caleb Sarong, really for a matchup this week in particular. But then again, you can't discount Brayshaw as well. Look, I think they're all decent options, mate. The panel as a whole, I think we're going Butters, buddy.
the
All
DP
the best of
ways.
luck, man.
Yep.
Right. Boys, I think, oh no, we've got one more here from Galaxy Wolf. Yeah, prefer the Uber Primos. Miller, the only one I'll probably pick.
Agree.
Yeah, mate. I think that we're probably with you, man. Oh, sorry. Another one here from Paul. Sorry for missing anything, guys. I'm not great with lives. I can get any player under 630k. I'm going between Dunkley and Butters.
I'd go
Who
Butters.
are your thoughts?
In my
Butters
opinion,
still?
I'm just worried about that because Ashcroft out of the team and like they managed Dunkley's minutes because he didn't have much time on ground either last week. That I'm just worried that he can like his return game. He only had that good third quarter, which got him to the 130, which meant I think Butters can do it for like the whole game, and I think could be better because has Richmond as well, has Richmond too, so which helps for a midfielder.
Butters the causer. Jono, Butters or Dunkley?
Dunkley for a captain option.
Would you like Dunkley as a captain option? All right, 50-50. H?
Probably just Butters.
Just Butters?
At the moment, yeah, just over.
Butters
He's going to do it again.
No. This time I genuinely believe it. I'd probably prefer Dunkley.
This time I genuinely believe it. Just hopefully it's throwing me under the bus before. Yeah, little drive by. I love it, Steve. Shit, how can I be so disloyal to my boy? Look,
don't tell me.
No, I'm not doing it. Bring in Dunkley. The Lions are going to finish on top. The Lions will finish on top.
They still can. They still can. If Collingwood lose the next two, I think it is. I was doing a ladder predictor, and they can come. Collingwood can come as low as third.
Oh, surely they find their mojo, don't they? One out of the next three.
No, but well, they've got Brisbane and Geelong, so in the next two, they could lose both.
I know you love Dunksy, but like last week against Freo, were you sitting there thinking, I hope you go 50 odd?
Yeah, I was like, we won the game and he went terribly because I traded him out, obviously. I did trade him out for Sis, so that's actually worked out really well for me, apart from that 58 on debut. But, look, it's a tough – look, Dunkley or Butters, I don't think you can go too wrong. Both got great upside, but my man Dunkley, I'm going there. All right, literally, there's one more that's come through, and I've got to actually duck out, boys, because I've got to take my young fella to basketball. Thank you very much for coming on as well, fellas. It's been an absolute joy. I thought I was just going to be chilling here by myself, mate. Liam Plunkett, is Jacko still a good option with Bailey Williams in? Yeah, mate. Yes. Remember, mate, Bailey Williams. Like we were just really happy about Jack Williams because he is like next level.
Or it might have been Callum Jamison. No, Jamison might have come in, I think.
Yeah, Bailey Williams, mate. Look, he's actually been scoring okay during some weeks, Bailey Williams. But look, I still think it's a really good matchup for Dogger, mate. I still think that even as the number one ruck, he'll go really well. So, look, I will sort of. I've got to make it's Jackson for me. It's Luke Jackson. I've got to make my mind up. I don't want to be doing this. Like, what are we? We're about an hour away or so from the bounce. I don't want to be leaving it to the last bloody 5 minutes. I've got to make my mind up now. I've researched it all week. I'm going Dogger. Dogger's in. Janeth got me over the line with those stats, with those Finlayson stats, because I'm looking obviously next week as well. I've got Port next week if anyone's confused. But that's probably where I'm going. So watch DP3 go a couple of 150s in a row now that I'm locking in Dogger. But it is what it is. And keep in mind as well, I want that ruck cover just in case. It's always handy, I think. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, that is my final decision. So, look, boys, thank you very, very much for joining me. It was a nice surprise. Steve, what are you doing anything content-wise, mate? Obviously, the round reviews, buddy. Anything else just while we're here, mate? And I'll tell you what, please, to anyone that is here that is not subscribed to this Legends channel, please do, because not only is he, and you would have been able to tell just from having a listen to Steve now, not only is he an absolute ripping human, he is a fantastic super coacher. People listen to me. I've got almost getting close to 4,000 subs now. I'm sitting outside the top 3K. Here's a man inside the top 1,000. Don't listen to me, right? Get on this bloke's channel. Make sure you subscribe, everybody, please, because Yeah, he's an absolute ripping bloke. He's
Too
probably
kind,
blushing
too
now. I
kind.
don't want to say that in front of you, Steve, but I really do mean it, mate. I caught up with Steve at the footy. We've had a beer together as well, and bloody Hawthorn. I tell you what, the only good thing about that day was meeting Steve. That was a shocker. I thought we were going in. It was just going to be a procession. But
Yeah, that was a
your
good time.
boys delivered, mate, on the day, and Sicily killed us and killed McCluggage while he was at it as well. But,
Yeah.
super unlucky, man. Remember, we were there and we're like, what's actually happened? Like, we're looking over, and we
I
found
thought
out
he
I
did his
didn't think
ACL.
Sis deserved it. What's that,
Because
mate? Sorry.
I thought he did his ACL or something because he was somewhat holding his
Yeah.
knee a little bit, but he was just
Yeah.
knocked
I
out
remember
cold.
that,
And I
yeah.
was just thought, oh crap, has he done that? So, thanks
Lucky,
for that, DR. Appreciate all the kind words. But you're an absolute legend with the content and all that. Winding up things a bit with Supercoach content, I'm trying to do previews and stuff. There's just not as much to talk about. So, but I am still doing a couple of videos a week. So, yeah, I quite enjoy it. Yeah. So
Ripper, mate.
thank you very much for good. Yeah, good to catch up with all you boys. It's been good fun. This.
Thanks for coming on, mate. Great to have you on, legend. H, as always, mate. As always, pleasure chatting with you, buddy.
Thank you very
Got the week off, as you said this week. Got the week off, so you can just get that banana chair out, mate. Whack on the sunscreen, be
That's it.
sensible, and just sit in the sun, mate.
That's it. I will be sussing out a few of my league opponents, just seeing what they're doing.
You love it, don't you, mate? You love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the ball. I'm now putting that loophole as your captain as well, mate. Just for some extra mystery there as well, which I like.
Oh, yes.
Love it, mate.
I've
Love
never
it,
done
mate.
that. I never do that, but now I think I'm going to do it.
Give him as less info as you can, Causa. Give us as less info as you
That's
can.
what I'm doing
Mate,
to
hey,
Steve.
great to see you, man. Jono. Oh, yeah, you two are actually, you two won't be may not be speaking with each other next week. See what
Well,
happens
Because
next
we
week,
might
mate.
be best for each other, they are.
He
Next
touched me.
week it could be
Bit of
could
ten.
be the matchup next week because Jono
Oh.
lost in our league.
Oh,
Then he
really?
lost. Yeah, he lost because the guy had Libba. He was too good. And then,
bad luck, mate.
And then I got through to the prelim because I had Libba, Parrish, Merritt, and Laird as all uniques last week.
Nice, mate. Nice,
Yes.
very nice. Hitting form at the right time there, Causa. Jono, thank you very much for joining us, mate. We won't ask you who your
pleasure.
captain is. I don't know whether to say good. If I say good luck to you, it's like I'm going against Steve. So I'll say good luck to both of you. I hope you get a draw. What happens? What happens in a draw? Do you go back?
He'll go higher.
Later position.
He finished
I
higher.
think it's high position.
So whoever
but,
finishes higher, okay.
Jono, I feel bad for our matchup last week, so I hope you go
Oh.
through, mate.
Well,
Definitely not
bloody
sarcasm.
Noah Anderson didn't turn up, so I hope he turns up this week.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
he
the
should.
last
You're
week.
getting a bit aggressive there, Joe.
I lost
Right,
again.
tough on the screen if you don't mind. Jeez.
I need some of my players to lift ER, including Steele.
That's it. That's a bit of a rocket for
This is
Steele.
the
Yeah,
wrong
good on you, Jono. Always good to chat with you, buddy. And Causa, good to chat with you, mate. Good to chat with you. Mate, what's happening here with the lady situation, Causa? You know that you flobbed off a couple at the footy there, mate. Just weren't interested. Have you found a nice North Melbourne woman yet, mate, or still on? Just not even on the hunt. Just that they come to you, Causa.
Nah.
Nah, just a flat
He's-
name. The magnet,
game
we
on
call him.
point.
The absolute magnet, Causa.
Chick
All right,
magnet.
guys, thank you very much for coming on again. Absolute legends. And as I said, Steve and Causa, whoever's into NBL, we'll get on this, boys. We'll actually get on this NBL stuff because I'm bloody excited. Cannot wait to get into it.
Let's get it
And
rolling.
I'm actually going to invite my man Al Payton as well onto the channel because he's obviously be part of it with the Herald Sun boys as well. Want to get Al on. I'm hoping he can give us just a really good explanation about how to play the game as well because I'm super excited. So, legends, I love you, Neva there. Thank you very, very much. And
Go
I'll
Sunners.
chat with you
See you,
soon.
boys.
Thanks,
See ya.
DR. See you guys.
Hey,
Have a good
boys.
one.
Cheers, legends.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Good to see you live again. Bye.